Hey you guys, your girl Beauty with Mika, and I'm here to do a first impression and wear test using the LCC cream. I am in the shade 540 Neutral. If you guys are interested in seeing how I came up with this overall look using most of the e.l.f. products that I have in my collection, go ahead and watch. Don't forget to thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay blessed. Bye. Alright you guys, so let's go ahead and get started. So today we're going to use the e.l.f. CC cream in Deep 540 N. I got mine out of Target because Target obviously had it, and I was like, let me go ahead and grab it. We're also going to use some more new e.l.f. stuff. So this is the e.l.f. Lash It Loud Volumizing Mascara. You guys know this is in my Shop My Stash video. So I actually really do like this. So far so good. I don't have the e.l.f. concealer anymore. If you guys watched my last favorites video, you guys know I was not a fan of that. But we are going to try also 2 of the e.l.f. bite size palettes. You guys know I picked like 5 of these up last year. So the first one we're going to use is Pumpkin Pie, and I want to use both of these together. And then Truffle is more of a neutral, but because what I'm wearing, I feel like I can get the most out of both of these shades, both of these shadows together. So I'm going to use this darker one to give a little soft, deep, like, you know, eye look. And then I'm a little curious about this one. This is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. I'm going to try to actually set my under eyes with this. It can be used as an all over powder, but I've had it for so long. It's supposed to be a glow, so I'm like, you guys know me and glow. So in the end, I may just do this as an all over setting instead of under my eyes and use something else. For a blush, I only picked up one. This is their Putty Blush. This is Maldives. I'm gonna go very gentle with this one because this color, I'm gonna show you guys, look, that's like a power kick. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna show you guys what the CC cream it's supposed to look like and wear and everything. I'm gonna wear it all day and come back and give you guys a wear test review. This is supposed to be a dupe for the IT Cosmetics CC cream. I have not bought the IT Cosmetics CC cream, so I can't compare it. This does have collagen, peptides, and niacinamide. It's supposed to be a color correcting, full coverage, natural finish, and has SPF of 15. So let's see if it stands the truth. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use my e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. I really love these brushes. I get them at Target when they do have them. So I'm gonna do 2 pumps of this. I feel like I need to bring you guys in a little closer. Okay. And I've already, if you're wondering, I've already primed my face. So I did my brows off camera. I primed my face with my eyes with the Fenty eye primer along with the Milk Hydra Blur primer. I didn't color correct because I want to see how much coverage this gives. Ooh. And you guys know me and my even out. Uh-oh. This, ooh, I hope you set. I know they have a darker shade. Ooh, girl, you see how this is looking? This has a very gray olive undertone. And I didn't swatch it in store, obviously, because it was at Target, but this makes me look casket ready. I'm hoping that it oxidizes, because right now, this is definitely a no-go. Girl, you see that? Off camera, I'll still look the same. Oh no, I would never. All right, we gonna have to, we are definitely gonna have to set this and bring it down. This is too, it's the undertone. I have a neutral undertone, and this is supposed to be a neutral undertone. That's why I picked this one up instead of the darker one, because the darker one was just a warm. And I may have to try the darker one or mix the two, but yeah, this I do like the finish, even though it's not my shade. It did blend out very good. It's just this isn't a match for me. So yeah, I'm gonna have to manipulate this around. It sets beautifully. It gives an even finish, and I like that it sets fast, but just the shade match, soon as you guys can see, as soon as I put it on, it was not for me, and I'm still gonna upload this because I want you guys to see it. I think this is the second to the last shade, so e.l.f. definitely needs to go back to the drawing board for this. But yeah, it set out, it blended, it has, I wouldn't say full coverage, maybe if I added some more, but I do see that it covered up a lot of my hyperpigmentation. So all right, I'm going to do the eyes, and I'm gonna bring you guys in closer because I know you guys like to see my eyes. And again, I'm using pumpkin spice and truffle. So that pretty much set the eye. I just wanted to set the concealer in place. It really gives like a no makeup type of look. So the next shade I am going to go in with is this brown shade, and this is still from the pumpkin palette. I'm just gonna blend that into the crease to give some dimension to the eyes now. And this is gonna be just a simple, easy, quick eye look. Nothing too fancy about this. I'm not gonna really do a lot of color. So now you see it gave it some dimension to the eyes. I like with these shadows, they are blendable, they're easy to use, so anyone can use them. I'm just gonna go back in with this shade. They don't have colors on, names for them, but just something to give a little dimension. Now I could even wear this right now by itself. And now what I'm going to do is I want to do a little bit of sparkle, but not too much. So I'm gonna go in from the truffle palette. All right, so we're gonna go in with this sparkly silver shade, and I am using a Sephora Pro flat shader brush. I'm just gonna tap it a little bit in. This gives you a silvery, yeah, it's gonna give you a silver undertone. The good thing is I didn't have to actually use anything to manipulate this, so that's a bonus. I'm going halfway up because, as you can see, I'm not stopping I'm stopping really halfway into my lid because I'm actually going to use a deeper shade. And then because I have a hooded lid, I bring it a little bit up over my hood, so that way when you open your eyes, you can actually see it. So not too much, I can feel where the indentation is right here, and then I'll just bring it right up in there. And that's just a little trick if you have hooded eyes like myself. So, all right, now we're gonna go back in, and I'm gonna use that same blending brush, and I'm a hesitant. So instead of using this black because it has some sparkle in it, oh, you guys can see it, I'm actually gonna go in and try this dark brown right here just to put on the outer V. Now what I'm doing is packing that in. Now I'm just tapping and packing it in and then bringing it into the crease. That's it, and I'm blending it. I like using a blender brush when I use my outer V, only because it does help blend into the eye area where you want it to, versus it being stuck there. Because if I would have used a different brush, for me personally, it would have been probably a little bit harder to go in and like blend that out. And all I'm doing is bringing the silvery shade out into the outer V, and then I'm bringing the darker shade into the crease area. And these are just tricks that I've learned over the years watching other tutorials and videos, and you can do whatever you want to do, whatever makes you comfortable. That's the fun art with makeup. So something like this, I feel like my eyes are good. I don't need to do too much. I didn't want it to be a little too dramatic on the eyes because obviously I am, this is more of a daytime, easy, quick look. The silver can come off a little bit powerful to some people. I actually like it. So now because I've lost a little bit of the silver shade, I am going to go back in with that same brush. I'm going to pack a little bit onto the lid, just a little bit. And I'm going back in where, see, just enough. And you don't have to do this. It's simply up to you, but I choose to. And then now what I always like to do is make sure that my blending brush is clean. And then I just go back in and blend, blend, blend. It's all about your blending techniques. There's no product on this brush at all. And I just like to make sure that the eyes are seamless and smooth. I know you guys are wondering what I'm going to highlight with. So, I always like to go in, obviously, with my Anastasia Pro Pencil in 3, and this is just to carve out my brows realistically for you guys. I know a lot of people use concealer. I actually like this because of it just gives that natural finish. So it does kind of carve out my brows, but it also gives a very natural look to the brows too. And see how it just, like, as soon as you blend this out, girl, it just kind of gives it that, so it just gives it that natural highlight to the brows without putting any product, any other product. So no highlighter or anything. It shapes out the brows and it gives it a very, very natural finish to the brows. So that's something I do like about it. See, it wasn't too much. It looks like it's just skin. It looked like that I didn't do anything, and I am getting my brows waxed because they need to be waxed. This foundation has set. It has set, but it like, all right. So we're gonna continue on. I'm gonna do my mascara off camera right now using this lash mascara, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like. My eyes are looking good, y'all. Now this, this foundation. All right, let's go in with the blush. So my eyes are looking good. The foundation still looks, yeah. So we're gonna use this Maldives, and I'm just going to use this JUVIAS brush. I get all my JUVIAS brushes from, where do I get them from? Where do I get my JUVIAS brushes? I get my JUVIAS brushes from Home Goods. So I just went very light.
All right, come on.
And yeah, this packs a lot of power. You guys can see that. Like, you only need just a little bit. And because this has a lot, this side has a lot, all I'm doing is going in and blending it out some more just to give me that natural looking finish. But this, a little bit of it goes a long way, because you guys see I didn't even use that much on, and it still like packed a punch onto my brows, onto my cheeks. So that's where we're at. All right, so now I'm gonna use my Fenty concealer. I'm in the shade 450. I have been loving this concealer. I am not a fan of the e.l.f. concealer. I just didn't like it because it was a little bit watered down. It didn't really give me a full coverage like I needed to. And I'm just gonna use this beauty blender sponge that I got from a BOXYCHARM box. If you're not subscribed to BOXYCHARM, I do have a referral link down below for you to sign up. I do highly recommend BOXYCHARM. And I'm just lightly tapping. You guys hear, that's the kids in the background. Now notice that I did go back over with this blush. So instead of using maybe the sponge, I'm actually going to use this brush. I have been loving using just a concealer brush to blend out my concealer lately. I find it's easier. It holds a good punch. And it gets in those areas like right up under my eyes. See? It's just a faster blend for me. Yeah. See? It gives it a faster, it's just, I don't know. It blends out very fast for me. I love just using a concealer brush for it. All right, so I'm gonna go back in with that same brush and that blush, the putty blush. I lost a lot of the blush from using the concealer, so I don't have a problem going back in. So now I'm just gonna go back in, do a light tap, and then Go very gentle because this holds a good punch, you guys. I ain't gonna lie. See? And I wanted something natural looking wear to the look because I didn't want it to be too much, so yeah. All right, now this setting powder. I'm a little skeptical. What I am gonna do is also set my eyes with the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. My girl Kzway has recommended this and I've been so in love with it. If you guys can see the brush. It's so good just to set your brows. And I love that it can comb out the brows and allow them to stay in place. It doesn't give a pickup or anything to the brows. So I just like to go in, comb my brows up, and voila, that's it. Nothing too crazy, just enough. All right, so let's try this powder because I'm a little scared, y'all. I am a little scared. I'm gonna bring y'all out. So I'm only gonna use a little bit of this powder because it has a glow to it. It does have a shifter, and I'm using a ColourPop foundation brush. Tap, tap, tap. Now let's start up here. Okay, it looks good. I don't see any type of glow yet. Just yet. It has a really faint smell to it. All right, so I put some in the little tin. And I just did very light because I don't want it to be too heavy on me. This looks really good. I think this is a dupe for the NARS setting powder. Okay, a little bit of it goes a long way, but I still don't like the outcome or the aftermath of how this foundation look. It did set perfectly, but it's just not my shade. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead, finish up this look, get back to you guys with my first thoughts. All right, guys, so here is the final look. Now, I will say the coverage is really, really good. I did go ahead and check the Ulta website. There are 16 shades in this CC collection. So there's 3 shades under mine, which is 560C, 620W, and 660 neutral. So I'm gonna obviously look for 560C and then come back and give you guys another thorough review or my thoughts about it. But overall, it does make me want to purchase 560 just to try it out and get my actual correct shade, because as you guys know, I have 540 neutral that was available at Target. It was the deepest shade that they had. So if I can get 560, I'm gonna pick it up. Overall, I like it. I'm not a fan of the cream blush. You guys know I'm not really a fan of cream blushes, but this does give just enough punch on the eye, on the cheeks. That does set. I did have to also, this Halo Glow setting powder, it's not really a glow setting powder overall. It's a very lightly milled setting powder. So I did have to go in with my Sephora mineralized powder to go ahead and set my entire face. I did use that silvery shade and put it in my tear ducts. And then I also used the mascara for my waterlines. If you're wondering, I have Fenty's Cookie Jar lip gloss on my lips. I just wanted to do something neutral since the eyes did pack a lot of punch. But overall, I really will say I do like it. First impressions, as you guys know, I love the bite-size shadows. I got 5 of these last year in my Shop My 2020 palettes, and that's good. But yeah, this foundation, we're gonna go ahead and try it out. I did try to manipulate it by using the setting powder. It still gives me like a gray ashy undertone. So I'm wondering what the next shade will look like. If I can find it anytime, I'm gonna get a hold of it. So I do wanna try it. So I'm never really used the CC cream, but I feel like it did do some correcting in areas that I wanted because it is a color correcting. I do like that it's a natural finish and it has a SPF of 30 because, as you guys know, I'm in California and I always put a SPF on before I even prime or moisturize my face. So yeah, that is it for this one. I will come back in and check in with you guys and let you guys know my final thoughts and everything. And if I can find another shade, I will be so pleased. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. Talk to you guys soon. Bye. All right, guys, so I am back back for my final review. It is 3/18, and when I tell you guys that I have been out in the elements, I went out, this still looks great cast. It does have a flawless finish to it. As you can see, I have my glasses on, so you probably see those indentations from my glasses, but I honestly did no touch-ups. I will say that the blush has definitely is set there. You can still see it. I went light hand on it, so I could definitely build this up. The eyeshadow is perfect. I love the e.l.f. eyeshadows, but this shade is just not my shade, so I do want to order a bump up. This foundation is $14. Most e.l.f. products usually go between $3 to $6, but they recently came out with this one for $14. So I will go ahead and get a next shade up because overall I do like the finish of it. This actually is keeping me like natural radiant, and considering I was outside in elements, I'm not as shiny as I usually am when I wear just a regular long wear foundation. It does have that SPF of 30, which is really good. So it doesn't give me a white cast, but I think with the SPF being in there, I do have to go a shade up because this is 540 neutral, so I'm gonna have to go to 560. And I know Target has it, Walmart has it, and Ulta. So there's 16 shades of this foundation. So do I recommend this? Yes. If you can find the right shade in it, get it. But yeah, if the shade you think that you are, go a shade up because their shade range is a little off. This is neutral, and I'm always a neutral undertone. I definitely don't have cool tones, so I'm gonna try for 60, see how I feel about that. Hopefully it works out, and I'll definitely let you guys know in a review or a haul video what my thoughts are. But this one is good. I really do like the foundation. I like the overall finish. I love that it's very light on the skin. It blends out really well. It does everything that it's supposed to do. Now, the cream blush, as you guys know, I'm not really a fan of the cream blush, so I am going to keep this because I can blend this with something. It's set okay with powder, but it wasn't like super setting with a powder because it still has that creamy shine to it, and I really am more of like calm my oils, calm my shine. But I really do like this. I feel like you could tap a little bit to get that color that you want, and you could also mix this. Compared to other cream blushes that I've experienced, this one is definitely kind of like giving me that look that I want without being too much or too harsh. Now, if we talk about this glow setting powder, this Halo Glow, I'm in the shade Dark. This honestly is, you don't need this. I'm gonna just be honest. It didn't do anything. It felt like it was very light on the skin. True, it's finely milled, but I wouldn't really call this more of a setting powder. It doesn't have a glow that I've seen. Because I use this all over face, I really don't see where the glow is coming in at. I just feel like it's okay. It's not worth to purchase. But I do recommend the blush and the CC cream. Just this, you don't really need this. It's not worth it. It didn't do anything to my liking, so this is definitely going back. But that is my final thoughts. You guys know me. I'm real honest about everything that I see. I just don't, I mean, people have said they don't see what a difference is, but I can see the difference, and I know you guys can see the difference because it is a little casty. That's what I'll put. Other than that, don't forget to thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Stay blessed. Bye.